Hi, my name is Victor. Welcome to the new cookery program, Bon Appetit with Cook. Do you like to cook? Do you love to try new ingredients and recipes? Well, if you do, you're in the right place. We shall be teaching you interesting, healthier options, newer ways of cooking your food, newer recipes, and guess what? Some facts about Coca-Cola that you never knew, right? Well, if you're interested, stay with us, learn some more. Welcome back to Bon Appetit with Cook. I'm going to help a young man discover his inner chef. His name is Kweku Amwa. So why do you think Kweku wants to be on our show? Let's read a letter he sent to us.
Dear Chef, next week is my girlfriend's birthday, and I want to do something special for her. She loves to cook for me, and I know she will love nothing more than to sit back, relax, while I treat her to a special recipe of my own. But the problem is, I am not sure what to cook for her, and to make things worse, I have no idea how to cook. Yours, Kweku, a desperate man.
Let's bring the man in, see what the problem is. Kweku, join us.
Boss.
Charlie, how are we?
Good.
All right.
So, what are we cooking?
Chill, relax for a minute. I'll get you a cold drink.
All right.
Right, here's the drink.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, right. Tell me all about your girlfriend.
Her name is Nanaya.
Right.
We've been dating for the past 3 years. She loves to cook. You always find her at the kitchen, cooking. Her favorite is rice.
Right.
And like I said in my letter, it's her birthday, and I want us to put her spice.
Really? No problem at all. I'm thinking spaghetti bolognese. Do you think she'll like something like that?
I'm sure she will love it.
It's a very romantic dish to eat, and it's pretty easy to cook.
It's good because, she's watching her weight, so I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. So we're going to go to the market. We're going to select the ingredients that we need, and then we're going to come back to the kitchen and do some cooking. How does that sound?
Good.
Brilliant. Shall we?
All right.
Okay. How about some Coke sparkling moments for all of us?
Sparkling beverages are refreshing beverages that hydrate. They also supply carbohydrate, calories, or energy that can help supply the energy necessary for daily activities. Coca-Cola provides a wide range of products to choose from.
We're here at one of the very many fruit and vegetable stores in town where you can get all your fresh fruits and vegetables for your dishes. I would like to buy some stuff from you. We need some carrots, some green pepper, tomatoes, some onions, and some freshly parsley. The vegetables we're taking for our meal today. Carrots.
Carrots?
Yes. They need to be firm. They need to be very firm, devoid of all black spots, okay? Very important that you make sure they're very fresh as well, okay?
Okay.
Right, we're going to be taking some mints as well. You can smell them. They're very pungent. Do you smell that?
Yeah.
They're lovely herb to use for our dish. We're selecting red onions over white onions today because I prefer red onions. The taste is sweeter, more lasting. We're selecting some green peppers. Okay. One thing to look out for your green peppers, they shouldn't be black. They should be firm. Touch that. Okay. They shouldn't have any scratches or bruises on the flesh. Yes. Very important. And then we're buying some tomatoes as well for our tomato sauce. All right. They shouldn't have any bruising or any dark spots. Now these are the vegetables we're going to need. Most vegetables are prepared and cleaned at the green grocers, but when we get back to our kitchen we're going to have to prepare them again, clean them and peel what we need to peel, make sure they are very hygienic for our food preparation tonight. Right, quick, our vegetables are sorted, we'll head to the kitchen and do some cooking, alright?
Today's ingredients are green pepper, tomatoes, minced meat, onion, parsley, stock cubes, ginger, carrots, mint, spaghetti.
One of the most important things before we start any cooking is we have to wash our hands. It's very important to maintain very good hygiene. So we wash our hands first and then we start some cooking. Quickly.
Okay.
We wash our hands. Okay, a recap of the ingredients that we got from the market.
Okay.
Our parsley and our other herbs, ginger, our minced beef, our stock cubes, and the other vegetables. We'll start by chopping some onions for our bolognese sauce, and then we shall cook the pasta as well. Okay.
All right.
All right. So you can chop your vegetables in any manner or fashion that you prefer. But what we're going to do for our sauce is we're going to slice our onions.
Okay.
And we're going to slice and chop our tomatoes very finely.
Okay.
Okay.
So why are you chopping it this way?
That is my preference. Some people prefer it finely chopped,
Okay.
very small pieces.
Okay.
I prefer to have bits of onion in it.
Oh, okay.
So I prefer to slice it as opposed to chopping it finely.
Okay.
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 Okay. If you want to do the rest of that for me, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, I'll try.
I'll give you a smaller knife.
Okay.
Easier to handle.
Cut it into two first.
Yes. Take the core out. In the meantime, I'll heat the frying pan. We'll put a drizzle of oil in that, waiting for our vegetables to be ready. Very small amounts for the health-conscious cook. We're also going to have to crush some garlic and chop it up. And we shall slice our tomatoes and chop them finely as well for our sauce.
Okay. So how many do you need?
You need about 4 cloves of garlic,
Okay.
depending on how strong you like your sauce
Okay.
vis-a-vis garlic.
Okay.
Some people don't like garlic, so you can minimize it as per your preference.
Okay.
Okay? Right. Our oil is hot now. So we shall put our onions in first, and then we'll come back to do the garlic.
Okay.
You can hear the sizzle when the onions go in. It means your pan is hot,
Okay.
and you can get a very nice, rich flavor from the stir-fry process that is started.
Okay. So all the time the onions has to go in first.
Yes, preferably.
Okay.
A lot of other options are to use the garlic and the ginger first, but they tend to burn quickly, so you preferably we use the onions first.
Okay.
An easy way of peeling your garlic is just to crush it with the base of your knife. You get it out quickly and easier that way.
Okay.
And then we're going to chop those as well finely.
Okay.
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 Whilst the onions are frying, maybe you can give them a stir for us
Okay.
so that they don't burn. You want them to cook thoroughly.
Do I use this?
Yes, you can use that later for you. You want them to cook thoroughly, but you don't want any burnt flavor in your food. So it's
Right.
good to keep turning them around. You need to chop your garlic very fine because you want it to cook without having bits in your mouth. So we need to crush that. You can even puree it if you prefer in a blender or a liquidizer.
Okay.
So those are also options you could use.
So how long is this supposed to stay on the fire?
You saute your vegetables, first of all your onions for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
So you maintain a luminescent texture to it.
Okay.
You don't want it to burn, but you want it to cook right through. Then you can add your garlic.
Okay.
If we do that now.
Should I stir?
You can stir. It's good to keep stirring so that it doesn't stick. Now what we're going to do next is prepare our tomatoes. We're going to slice them and then chop them finely for our tomato sauce.
Okay.
That's another very important ingredient.
So
It's always important to also make sure that when the tomatoes go in, because there's a lot of liquid, we need to cook it off for 15 to 20 minutes. Make sure it reduces in quantity before our minced beef goes in.
Okay.
You always have to be very careful when chopping your vegetables because the knives are very sharp, and it's advisable that you use the speed that you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Now we shall put our tomatoes in.
Okay.
You can hear the nice sizzling of our vegetables. Now with cooking, I prefer we use whatever vegetables suit our fancy. Some of the vegetables here are the primary vegetables to use, but if you like mushrooms, you like any other vegetables that are not available here, feel free to include those in your dish. Other people like to add spicy peppers, chili, any other vegetables that aren't registered here, you can always add to your dish. We are chopping our carrots now, and those will go in to simmer a little later on.
They look smaller.
The carrots,
Yeah,
right?
the size, yeah.
Yes, yes. We're going to chop them very fine. They take a while to cook, so they will need a good 10 minutes to cook.
Okay.
Now, next what we shall do is we shall season our minced beef before we cook it up in the sauce.
Okay.
We are going to reduce this sauce till about half its consistency.
Okay.
What we shall need here is some salt and pepper. We need about half a tablespoon of salt and about half a tablespoon of black pepper.
Okay.
I prefer to use a lot more chopped tomato than tomato puree as people traditionally use. That's because of the health option. I prefer to use fresh tomatoes. You can always use the tomato puree if that's your preference. Next, we shall chop green pepper, which we've just done, and then we're going to season our beef before we finish off our sauce. Right, I'm going to add a sprinkling of salt and some pepper. You'd notice I use a pinch and sprinkling rather than large amounts, because with salt and pepper you can always add more or you can't take away. So I always prefer you season lightly and then finish off later when you need to. Our beef is all seasoned now. We're going to add a pinch of ginger, and we're going to add a little pinch of beef stock. You have the option of using chicken stock if you prefer. Also, it's important to mention that you can make spaghetti bolognese, but a vegetarian option. All you have to do is replace your minced beef with your favorite minced vegetables. You can even chop them if you prefer. So instead of doing this minced beef option like I've done, you can take your favorite vegetables, mushrooms, squash, any other vegetables you prefer, and just season them and continue with the sauce like we've just done. Okay, Kweku, next we're going to put our beef into our sauce.
Okay.
If you want to do that for me.
Okay, yes, sure.
Carefully and slowly push that into your sauce.
Okay.
And then you need to stir your sauce regularly.
Okay.
Some people prefer to have their meat in chunks in the sauce. If you prefer that option, you need to stir regularly. If not, you need to leave it every few minutes and then you stir.